Ici Londres.
100 years have passed since the Bolshevik Revolution, realizing the ideals of Karl Marx, who has a pretty good claim to be the author of more suffering than any other human being. Unsurprisingly, after all this time, you won't find many people openly prepared to avow Marxism. But how subtly, how insidiously, his ideas have slipped into our political discourse. Whenever you catch yourself using the word exploit in the economic sense, whenever you hear yourself using the word wage slave, or even come to that the word capitalist, you are unconsciously or consciously quoting the malign old cadger, which is odd, because Karl Marx was about as wrong as anyone can be. And I don't just mean wrong in a moral sense. I mean, with 100 million deaths to his account, that's pretty clear. I mean wrong in almost every forecast and prediction he made. Marxists liked to think of themselves not as political ideologues, but as scientists. In his own view, his writings were not opinions, but categorical truths. And yet, every single argument he made turned out to be demonstrably false. Marx said that the revolutions would happen when the proletariat became sufficiently self-aware, something he expected to happen first in Britain and then in Germany. In fact, as the working classes of those countries became more educated, they adopted bourgeois values and capitalism spread. The revolutions happened disastrously in the last places he'd have expected, the peasant societies of Russia and China. Karl Marx thought that the rich would get richer and the poor would get poorer. He expected capital to be concentrated in the hands of a tiny number of oligarchs, leaving a vast and disinherited proletariat. In fact, capitalism has enlarged the middle class wherever it has been practiced. Capitalism was supposed to be on its last legs. In fact, when Karl Marx wrote those words in 1848, it was beginning a takeoff that has lasted benignly to this day. In fact, even in Karl Marx's lifetime, between 1818 when he was born and 1883 when he died, the average Englishman saw his income increase by 300%. So why? Why do people cling, in defiance of all the evidence, to the doctrines of this dead writer? Well, the answer is they've become like religious casuists, fitting the facts to their ideology rather than the other way around. How ironic, after all this time, that Karl Marx should have become the thing he most despised, the prophet of a false religion.